Hey guys, Miss Jaeger here, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Woo! And welcome to a bit of a quick video today, but considering what it is, I felt I wanted to share this one. So, this is the IS-2, a premium Tier 7 Russian heavy tank. And, in all the times I've been spending trying to rank up the T10, finally got my Centurion 7-1 top B barrel, which is been a real struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it's not been an easy grind. But I finally got the top type B barrel. I'm semi close to getting towards the 24,000k to get the top turret. I think I will use some gold to convert it and get the top turret anyhow. But no, so I've been quite busy with playing with a whole bunch of other tanks. That when I got this thing, I never really got round to playing it. And I'd kind of had my eye on this thing because, well, I mean, I do like it. I mean, I very much enjoyed playing through the IS when I first played through with it, but that was some time ago. Now, for those of you who sort of are worried that this is sort of a pay-to-win, it's not. It's basically a slightly updated IS-2 with the Underglacius given some tracks for slightly better armor. I believe that the gun is pretty much the same. It has the same D25T, 175 pen, terrible accuracy and aiming time, good alpha roll though. Basically, it's like the T-34-85 Rudy. The same tank, same gun, just slight modifications to make it slightly better, but all in all. And this particular vehicle is quite famous because it has the Russian markings that would help other Russian tank crews identify it during combat in the cities of Berlin. And also, this particular tank was famous because it was photographed on the Victory Day, right next to the Brandenburg Gate, which is pretty awesome. So, the reason why I'm sort of making such a big hoo-ha out of this is because, well, I had a game in this thing, my actual first game in this vehicle, and, well, let's have a look, shall we? And here we are. We are on the map of Pilsen. I'm in my IS-2, and I am in a platoon with Izumi in his T-29 and Bidden in his S-51, and this is a standard match. I don't think you can actually get an encounter on Pilsen, and this is the Czechoslovakian map, if I'm not mistaken. We are actually quite fortunate to be top tier in this matchmaking, which was quite nice. I was actually top tier, though normally when I jump into a top tier game, I tend to fear I have a bit of bad luck whenever I go into these things, because either something will happen which will completely screw my game over, or it's one of those games where everyone works so well that you barely get a shot in. Either way, not so good. So the teams kind of have a roughly okay-ish spread, more people going towards the 9-0 line. I'm going with Zumi on, or Zuma, I apologize. And we sort of make our way into position, not quite got a shot, kind of right on behind, sort of positioning myself to get some decent shots in. And the Stug G magically decides to appear at the last second, making any kind of shot against him impossible. Bidden over the TS then makes a message saying, yo, could you go down towards the fourth line to see if you can get something done. And Izumi takes a nasty hit from artillery. Nothing too bad though. Unfortunately, our OI decides to get himself killed, and I do a snapshot along that door line because, as Eden is utilizing artillery, that door could potentially save someone's ass. When all of a sudden, hello T-25, bang! Nice, slightly higher than average roll there. He bounces on my ass, my front, and I get hit unfortunately with artillery, but that's not able to save the T-25, so back to the garage with him. Surprisingly clear on the 1-2-3 line. I was totally expecting things. Oh, hello, Stug. Goodbye, Stug. Well, that's the Stug taken care of. Right, so now we've taken care of the Stug. Let's see, we've got, oh, hello, T-34, and, oh, hello, and Jagdpanzer. Okay, so he fired, he bounced, Oshiba gets a good shot in, and I get a shot to kill the Jagdpanzer. When all of a sudden I get hit once again by artillery. Not as much damage this time, he did only track me. And I did actually make a mistake here, because instead of going for that first shot on the 88, I didn't. I focused the Tiger, which was my mistake. I kind of make a few mistakes here because I get distracted. And, yeah, I get punished by the 88 decided to have a go. So now I'm focused completely on the 88. I shot in. Lovely, slightly higher than high roll damage into that, whilst also keeping my eyes peeled on their round. So now I have to focus completely on knocking out this 88, as he is one of those really annoying tanks, which, if unchecked, will do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, that shot not as accurate as could be. The main weakness of the 88, of course, is the massive cupolas that they have. If I can get a shot in... Yes! Target down. So now we have to face off against an unupgraded Tiger tank, which, thankfully, judging from the fact that he did get a shot into me earlier, only has the L70. And a slightly less than high alpha roll. Chinukai in the background. Not too much of a threat at the moment. I'll prioritize getting this Tiger down. Bang! Tiger goes bye-bye. And unfortunately, I'm caught in the reload, so I don't get quite the shot I'm able. Trying to see if I can get a shot in on that Chinukai. Not so much. Spot the 59-16. Fire again. Now, looking back on this, I would probably say I probably should have gone for the Chinukai more, because he was probably an easier shot. And that 59-16 was a gamble anyway. Anyway, sort of moving into position. Slowly advancing onto this Chinukai. See if I can roll around to the right. Biddenmore tries to have a shot in to try and knock him out, but unfortunately the Chinukai gets a cheeky shot in, knocking out Bidden. And then the T-34 took out the Chinukai. Now, here comes an interesting part. Enemy T-43, firing, long-range engagement. Luckily, I didn't get any damage from that. I only got critical damage, but then the T-43 hits me, and the Burt tank as well wants to hit me as well. And, oh, Jesus Christ, that was close. And at this point, I think I'm dead, but luckily a very generous bounce from the game comes into it. I then do a blind shot, paranoid as hell, angle at the right moment. I then bounce gold from the T-43. Jesus Christ. It's not looking good. Like, the game is only just slightly in our favor, so we can go either way. And unfortunately for the rest of our team, we're not faring too well. Ochiba has taken a few hits there for Inazu. And I'm trying to see if I can get a shot in on the T-43, but with no luck. 59-16 tries to move into the rear of Inazu. And, oh god, this could be it. Emperor, give me praise. BAM! Enemy 59-16 destroyed. Thank the Emperor, RNG was on my side for that one. Otherwise, Inazu would definitely have died thanks to that. And hello, Bert. Yes, we remember you, but luckily because Inazu was alive, he was able to take out the Burt, and now we only have one enemy remaining, who has just taken out our artillery. So now it's kind of down to the wire, because, well, both Inazu and I myself are easily one-shot, and the only person who's got that tank's attention is the T-34 in cap. So we need to quickly rush and take this guy out. Luckily for me, the T-43 decides to tunnel vision on the T-34, which gives me a nice high roll into the side of him, waiting for him to reload. He then decides to have a look at me. I back off, hoping to the Emperor he's going to miss. He does, and I fire again, tracking him again, and Inazu finishes him off to finish off the game. So a very semi-quick, but still batshit crazy game, doing a decent 3,964 damage, and only surviving on a slither of health. Had that HE from the FE304 gone in another direction, the game could have easily gone the wrong way. And thank you, Gunmantlet, for defending me there. It didn't work on some of the shots, but definitely worked on others. So anyway, I'll take you to the results of that game. So here are the results of that game. A Ace Mastery badge for my first ever game in the IS-2. I quite like this tank. So we got a nice clutch of awards on the left-hand side. The Bruiser, Hand of God, my favourite, Demolition Expert. Then you got the Shellproof and stuff. But the big four awards I'm liking the look of is the Spartan, the Steel Wall, the High Caliber, and of course the Top Gun. This is definitely a good clutch of awards there. Going on to the team score, I was able to get the most experience out of that game pretty well. Got 1,451 base experience and doing the most out of everyone on my team. I did get quite lucky there. It was in fairness, a fair part due to the T-43 tunnel visioning on our dear friend, the T-34 tank. Thank you very much, T-34, for being a meat shield. But apart from that, well played to our opponents, though. Definitely had a tense moment, had a tense duel with this 88. Definitely made a good challenge. But yeah, this game was pretty good. I mean, it was a bit of a whitewash near the end, but it was still tense. Like coming up, like at the beginning of it, when it was in the middle of it, it was going fairly well for us. But then the tide almost turned with the deaths of our tanks and the T-43 having major full hit points. So I was quite lucky that I was able to bounce the premium shell, because if I didn't, probably would have lost. Definitely would have lost on that one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this, albeit quick video. At least you can see, if you ever get the chance of getting the IS-2 tank, I definitely recommend you do it. It's a nice, fun little tank, and it's, apart from it being premium, giving you slightly more cash, it's if you enjoyed playing the IS-1 tank, then the IS-2 is definitely a good tank to play. Very much enjoyable. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you next time. This is Miss Jager, signing out.